Good afternoon, I am Dianna Whittle, and today we will be studying 3 key elements and impacts of educational thinker and Russian psychologist Lev Vygotsky. As you will see on your handout, the 3 concepts that we are looking at today first include the more knowledgeable other, and then closely intertwined with this concept is the second principle, the zone of proximal development. Lastly, we will be taking a look at the teaching strategy, scaffolding, also known as mediated learning. Lev Vygotsky was born in Russia in 1896. He studied law at the university and returned home where he became a teacher of literature and secondary education. Lev Vygotsky, after a few years, left to become a teacher of teachers, and he went to university and studied psychology. Lev Vygotsky is a contemporary of Piaget, and although these 2 researchers never met, they did become aware of one another's work. As an educational thinker, Vygotsky's impact upon our current understanding of education is found in the root, or being the foundation, of constructivism learning theory. One of the most important principles of constructivism is that teachers cannot simply give students knowledge, but students must construct knowledge in their own minds. It has been said that constructivism is a process of giving students a ladder to reach higher understanding, but it is the student themselves that must climb the ladder. Today we will look at 3 key concepts from the educational thinker Vygotsky. The first concept is the more knowledgeable other. This person is the one who helps bridge the gap between what a student already knows and what they could know with the assistance or guidance of another. This could be a teacher, a coach, a mentor, technology, or even a peer who has already mastered that skill or concept. A more knowledgeable other is like a tutor. They don't do the work for the student, but rather through guidance and encouragement, they help the student stretch their understanding to new concepts. Second, closely intertwined with the concept of the more knowledgeable other is the zone of proximal development. This important concept relates to the difference between what a learner knows independently and what a learner can achieve with the guidance and encouragement from a skilled partner, facilitator, teacher, or, as Vygotsky says, a more knowledgeable other. There's a gap between what the learner already knows and what they can already do, and what they could know and could do with the assistance of an educated assistant or a guiding facilitator. This gap is called the zone of proximal development. Vygotsky points to the fact that most learning takes place in this zone of proximal development. He also argues to be an effective teacher, teachers must aim at the higher end of the zone of proximal development, inspiring their students to stretch to obtain new concepts and new understanding. May they be encouraged to stretch within a realm that is within their ability to obtain, so that they do not become discouraged or want to quit. Our third and last point for today is scaffolding, which is mediated learning, also known as assisted learning, based on the theories of Lev Vygotsky. In the teaching strategy of scaffolding, the teacher guides instruction so that students can master skills on their own. This process of learning facilitates internalization and higher cognitive function. In this constructivist approach to learning, based and rooted on Vygotsky principles, teachers provide opportunities for problem solving, discovery, and critical thinking. In judging the merit of Vygotsky's social development theory, Dr. Louis Moe, professor in the Department of Education at the University of Arizona, says this: More than any other psychologist, Vygotsky placed education at the heart of his theory and praxis. building on the premises that human beings change history and are themselves changed in the process, Vygotsky's cultural historical approach assigned a foundational and formative role to social cultural practices in human development. In conclusion, as an educator, I find Vygotsky's principles valuable because social learning theory is the root of constructivism, which focuses on the role of a teacher as a facilitator, as a more knowledgeable one who helps a student learn and grow, inspiring them to stretch in a safe atmosphere of learning. Today we looked at the more knowledgeable other, stretching oneself in the zone of proximal development, and mediated learning, also known as scaffolding. On the back of your handout, you will see additional resources available for your own personal research. My name is Dianna Whittle, and I thank you for your time.